If he's willing to fight, I'm ready. I'm ready to fight. Nah, I would love to fight Tank. I would love to fight Gervonta Davis. I think that's the biggest and best fight to make.
Any of the fighters that we saw in that room on your hit list?
Yeah, I'll fight all of them guys. Yeah, for sure. I love what they got going. I love the energy here. And I'm definitely interested in doing a lot of business with Turkey.
Shakur Stevenson, speaking with Fight Hub TV, stated that he is ready and willing to face Gervonta "Tank" Davis if Davis is equally interested in making the fight happen. Stevenson emphasized that this is a fight that should take place, given its significance in the sport, but made it clear that he would not be the one chasing after Davis to secure the bout.
If he's willing to fight, I'm ready. I'm ready to fight, and I think it should happen. But I ain't gonna lie, I can't sit there and chase you and then.
Shakur Stevenson commented that Gervonta "Tank" Davis gives the impression that Stevenson is the one eager to secure the fight and needs him for his career. However, Stevenson firmly stated that this is not the case, emphasizing that he does not need Davis and his career is not dependent on this matchup.
You know, he could try to make it seem as though I need him and I don't need him. So
Shakur Stevenson, in an interview with pro boxing fans, expressed gratitude toward Turki Alalsheikh, stating that he appreciates the opportunities provided to him. Stevenson acknowledged that thanks to Turkey, he has been able to showcase his skills and demonstrate who he truly is in the sport of boxing.
He's definitely a good person. I was glad that I got a chance to meet him. I appreciate him for the opportunity, and now I get to showcase who I am.
Shakur Stevenson expressed his enthusiasm for a potential fight with Gervonta "Tank" Davis, describing it as a tremendous matchup. He praised Turki Alalsheikh for his efforts in revitalizing the sport, stating that Turkey is saving boxing. Stevenson added that once Davis collaborates with Alalsheikh, he believes the fight will become a reality.
I think that that's going to be a tremendous fight. I think he's saving boxing, so once Tank gets with him, and I think the fight's going to happen.
In a conversation with Seconds Out, Radio Raheem asked Shakur Stevenson about his thoughts on a potential fight with Gervonta Davis. Shakur expressed that he would love to fight Davis, calling it the biggest and best fight in the sport of boxing for him. However, he emphasized that it ultimately depends on Davis and his willingness to make the fight happen.
Nah, I would love to fight Tank. I would love to fight Gervonta Davis. I think that's the biggest and best fight to make in the sport of boxing, but it's all up to him.
Radio Raheem pointed out that the fight is also dependent on Turki Alalsheikh, and Shakur Stevenson agreed, stating that he would definitely have a conversation with Turki regarding the potential fight. He emphasized that he is open to negotiations and willing to make big fights happen. Shakur made it clear that he is ready to fight anyone and everyone, asserting that he is willing to take on any challenge that comes his way.
Is that a conversation that you would have with His Excellency?
For sure. Any day they want to come to the table and negotiate, I'm willing to make these big fights happen. I'm willing to fight any and everybody.
Shakur Stevenson told Box Nation that Tank Davis's team had previously reached out to discuss a potential fight. However, when Stevenson's team requested that they come back with a formal offer, they did not hear back from Davis's camp. Stevenson expressed his willingness to take on the fight, but emphasized the importance of proper negotiations to make it happen.
Has there been any talks with Tank's team?
They reached out, but we told them to come back with an offer. And as far as that, we ain't heard nothing since then.
Shakur Stevenson expressed his thoughts on a potential fight with Gervonta "Tank" Davis, stating that their clash would settle who the true kings of the division, the era, and the sport truly are. He emphasized that he has anticipated this moment for years and assured that when the time comes, he will be fully prepared to seize it. Shakur highlighted the reasons he could beat Tank Davis, staging, "I am a better skilled boxer. I mastered the art of hitting and not getting hit."
Me and him fighting each other, we'll seal the deal on the kings of that division, the kings of this era, the kings of everything. So, like I've been saying it for years, the moment is gonna come, and when it happens, I'll be ready.
Shakur Stevenson analyzed that if the potential matchup with Gervonta "Tank" Davis does happen, he stated that Tank would need to adjust his usual style to stand a chance. According to Stevenson, Davis cannot afford to rely solely on boxing and risk losing rounds. Instead, he would need to adopt an aggressive, all-out approach to compete effectively in their fight.
He will be the person that will have to change up his style. He can't go out there and box and lose rounds. He will have to change up his style and just become full blast aggressor to try to have a chance in winning the fight.
Shakur Stevenson also commented on Gervonta Tank Davis, reportedly asking for $150 million to fight Ryan Garcia. Stevenson acknowledged that Davis is thinking like a businessman and focusing on maximizing his earnings in the sport of boxing. He remarked that this mindset is good for Tank, as it is important for fighters to prioritize their financial success while they are active in their careers.
He sound like a businessman. I think he want to make as much money as possible in the sport of boxing. That's good for him.
Shakur Stevenson shared his perspective on Gervonta Davis's retirement statement, offering a candid take on the situation. While he acknowledged that Davis has the right to make whatever decision he feels is best for his career, Stevenson expressed his disagreement with the idea, labeling it as soft. However, he ultimately respected that the choice rests solely with Davis.
I mean, if he want to retire with the career that he got, then go ahead and do whatever you got to do. So I disagree with it. I think it's soft, but that's on him.
Boxing Ego host and commentator Eric Gomes weighed in on Shakur Stevenson's remarks about Tank Davis's potential retirement, interpreting Stevenson's comments as a diss. Gomes pointed out that Shakur sounded crazy by calling Tank's decision soft, and emphasized that since they are potential opponents, it is unrealistic for us to expect Shakur to give compliments. He added, for Shakur to be saying it looks weak and like taking shots at Tank, with his resume and the fact that you see it on the screen, he previously said he was retiring too, so what's the difference?
Shakur sounds crazy right now. First of all, they're known ops. Shakur and Tank, over the years, it looks like their relationship is soured. So, I mean, you really can't even expect anything good to be said.
Eric Gomes on his channel criticized Shakur Stevenson for speaking negatively about Tank Davis's resume, pointing out that Shakur's own resume is not particularly strong and has aged poorly over time. Gomes argued that before calling out Tank, Stevenson should reflect on his own track record in the sport, naming all the fighters he fought. Eric added, how is it weak when Tank does it and he has a better resume? He's done more blockbuster fights than you. He's made more money than you. He's done bigger events than you. And you're kind of hating and saying like if he called it quits, it would be weak of him.
More specific to what Shakur said, is trash. Outside the fact that the question got asked, he answered it, and he says that Tank would have a weak career. Shakur's resume is one of the worst in terms of aging horribly.
Eric Gomes argued that although Shakur Stevenson is a skilled fighter, he should not criticize Gervonta Davis's decision to retire or belittle his resume. Gomes emphasized that Tank's achievements in boxing are undeniable, and his legacy has been built on blockbuster fights, financial success, and major events. He advised Stevenson to focus more on his own career and accomplishments, noting that it is important to respect other fighters' paths rather than dismissing them. Gomes also pointed out that Tank's decisions, whether it's retirement or other career choices, are his own to make, and Stevenson should channel his energy into solidifying his place in the sport instead of calling out others.
So it's like, who is Shakur? He's a good fighter, but who is he to say if Tank called it quits, this man's resume, is not good, it's weak?
Shakur Stevenson and Floyd Schofield are set to fight on the undercard of the highly anticipated Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol 2 event on Saturday, February 22, 2025. Stevenson has shared that he is ready to put Schofield in his place during the bout, highlighting his determination and focus for the upcoming challenge.
Now listen, you're over here in London, but you'll soon be in Saudi. A stacked card. How do you steal the show?
Just go in there and be myself. Kid Schofield gonna come to fight. I'm gonna put him in his place.
Stevenson described his fighting style by comparing it to an NBA game where a team is ahead by 30 points. He questioned whether it is exciting to watch a team build a 30-point lead, suggesting that when a team is up by that much, viewers often turn off their versus. He said that this is how he fights. He dominates. Shakur emphasized that he does not have close fights, noting that after 6 rounds, people begin to anticipate the end.
I mean, this is how I explain my fighting style, right? When you watch an NBA game and a team go up 30, is it exciting to watch somebody go up 30 and after they go up 30, everybody want to turn the TV off, right?
Yes.
That's me right there. I dominate. I don't have close fights. You watch me go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds, and then it becomes a point where somebody just want to end it. They want to knock out, or it's going to be a lot of criticism with it.
Shakur Stevenson explained that a significant part of his fighting style involves sitting in the pocket, a position where he can fully control the pace of the fight. He emphasized that when an opponent comes in recklessly or aggressively, it is his responsibility to make sure they understand the consequences of that approach. Stevenson believes that by staying composed and in control, he can dictate the flow of the fight and neutralize his opponent's aggression. He views this as a display of his precision and defensive skills, knowing when to strike and when to stay patient, making it clear that no matter how an opponent approaches him, he can handle any challenge with skill, control, and a strategic mindset.
I sit in the pocket a lot. My last fight, I sat in the pocket. If he come reckless, I'm gonna have to put him in his place.
Shakur Stevenson was asked what he would want people to say or talk about after his fight with Floyd Schofield in Riyadh. Shakur expressed that he wants people to recognize him as the best fighter in the world, stating that while he knows he is the best, he is eager to prove it in the ring.
Everybody's going to be trying to be the guy that they're talking about. What do you want them to be saying about you?
That I'm the best fighter in the world. At the end of the day, I know I'm the best fighter in the world, but I can't wait to prove it.
Shakur Stevenson, when asked by Radio Raheem at the Ring Magazine event about the fighters he would be interested in facing in his division, confidently stated that he is open to fighting anyone. He specifically mentioned top names like Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez, making it clear that he is not shying away from any challenge. Stevenson emphasized that if any of these fighters are willing to step into the ring with him, he is ready to prove himself against them. He further expressed that he is always prepared for these high-level matchups, believing that it is about facing the best and solidifying his position as one of the top fighters in the sport. His unwavering confidence reflects his mindset of being ready for any challenge that comes his way, asserting that he wants to fight the best and leave no doubts about his skill.
Any of the fighters that we saw in that room on your hit list?
Yeah, I'll fight all of them guys. I'll fight Ryan, Devin, Teo, any of them guys. Any of them guys want to fight me, I'll fight them.
In conclusion, Shakur Stevenson has made it clear that he is not only ready for a potential showdown with Gervonta Tank Davis, but also confident in his abilities to dominate any opponent, including Davis. His comments about the fight being a battle for supremacy in their division show the level of importance he places on it, emphasizing that while he would not chase the fight, he will be fully prepared when the time comes. Stevenson also praised Turki El-Sheikh for his role in revitalizing boxing, expressing gratitude for the opportunities he has been given. While both Stevenson and Davis continue to make headlines, it remains to be seen when or if these two will finally meet in the ring. The road to the fight could hinge on negotiations and Tank's future decisions, but one thing is certain: Stevenson is determined and ready to prove he is the best. Fans are eagerly awaiting to see how this all unfolds, with the fight potentially being a defining moment in boxing's future. If you enjoyed the video, consider supporting us by giving it a like and sharing it with a fellow boxing fan. If you want to stay updated with all the latest boxing and MMA news, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you do not miss a beat. At Boxism, we value your opinions, so let us know in the comments section if you want to see Shakur Stevenson versus Tank Davis. Who do you think would win this? Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time with more exciting combat sport updates.